If you ever feel like your pet might be autistic, they may actually be autistic. Some new research has come out that says that dogs can have autism. Autism is a really complex disorder. It's probably actually several different disorders that have all been lumped under the same umbrella and have been misdiagnosed. But researchers have managed to identify things like how the brain functions, different ways the brain can be structured, as well as genes. Dogs who have a gene associated with human autism apparently have some behavioral problems. They're not able to bond with humans well. Now, I have talked about the neural coupling issue a little bit. In humans, you should be able to align your brain patterns with somebody else so that you understand their internal schema and you are now matching. This is the same reason why you might feel sad if somebody else feels sad, or angry, or irritated. It's also probably not great when it has to do with a large group of people together. Anyway, people with autism have a difficult time identifying what other people are feeling, but they may in fact have a difficult time actually feeling what other people are feeling, and it turns out that dogs share this neural pathway when they have a mutant gene. Now, I don't want to oversimplify this because autism is a whole lot more than just the ability to understand other people. It can come with all sorts of issues like difficulty actually speaking or inability to speak with another person. It can come with a huge amount of variation, all the way from being profoundly disabled to doing kind of okay but having a bad time. It's also really difficult to actually pin down what autism is because there is so much research out there and so many different genes that have been found associated and brain structures, as well as psychological traits. It is more than just eye contact. Also, I don't make eye contact with people not because it makes me uncomfortable, but because I'm aware it makes other people uncomfortable. I really don't know what's wrong with me on that one. Let's continue. This may actually be responsible for behavioral problems in dogs, although there probably are many. Also, we all know that all cats are autistic. There's been no genes found associated with autism in cats, and as I like to tell people, how would you know? It's not like my cat is going to suddenly start being comfortable around people or loud noises or physical touch or enjoy foods other than just like one really expensive brand. They have identified autism-like traits in other kinds of animals, like mice and rats, but I would take that with a massive heaping lump of salt. I don't believe in the gut-brain connection. Maybe it's there, but I don't think we have compelling evidence for that. Now, I had somebody who studied the gut-brain connection when I was in grad school in my lab. They found that animals who are picky eaters had a different kind of microbiome in their gut versus others that were not. In other words, there was a correlation and causation issue. They found no connection between having a certain gut microbiome and autism-like traits. Granted, they studied prairie voles. Yes, those little critters that bond for life. They've also found connections between ADHD and dogs. So your dog might actually have ADHD when it doesn't want to listen to you and just forgets what it's doing. And believe me, I can relate. I have ADHD. What studying these things in animals does give us is ample evidence for what causes issues in people, because you might notice a dopamine problem. You don't have enough or don't have the proper receptors for it to get enough in your brain, and then you'll display traits of ADHD. If we can find the very same systems in animals, that means that we have very good evidence that what you're seeing is not imagined. I'm going to repeat this because it is really important. What we think might be a mental health condition like ADHD or autism could be 5,000 other things that have been misdiagnosed. How many times have you been to the doctor and they told you, oh, yeah, I think it's anxiety, and it turns out you're actually allergic to strawberries or something like that? Things are misdiagnosed a lot. And mark my words, we will find out that both ADHD and autism are a whole host of different conditions that just cause similar symptoms. But yeah, if you ever get the sneaking suspicion that your pet might be autistic or have ADHD, they may actually have it. Follow for more. I love learning everything.